Hello everyone, Pallies, I'm here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. We're going to be playing as Nazeebo again. Why are we playing as Nazeebo again? Because he actually, before, he only had one build that everyone was using. And even before the Spider AI was buffed, he only had one build that he was using. And they added in some more talents for him to hopefully spruce up some build variety. And I just kind of want to see if we can come up with something that's better than leaping spiders. My Zebro is almost level 10. Well, he's about a quarter of the way through level 9. But I have played him on EU as well. I've played him in more custom games that I can count every Monday and Friday on live streams. So I do have a ton more experience than what this XP indicator is showing. So today I'm going to go for a cooldown reduction build. Specifically with Things of the Deep, that's going to increase our attacks, our ability range, and then Hardened Focus at level 16. Hardened Focus is going to benefit us more if we have a support on our team, so fingers crossed that we'll get one. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves in the Tomb of the Spider Queen, once again going for Death Ritual at level 1. Minion kills grant permanent health and mana bonuses. Pretty standard. I don't see much deviation from that no matter which Nazeebo build you happen to enjoy. But the friendly team, Gazlo, Malfurion, Muradin, Nazeebo, and Illidan. Pretty solid team in all honesty. The enemy team, Murky, Illidan, Jaina, Karazim, and Nova. So they're once again going to have a lot of burst damage. So it becomes more important that we get good stacks on our Death Ritual talent at level 1. So we can not die, or at least be a little bit more survivable. Looks like our Gazlo is AFK, but he's on the move now, so no harm done. I never answer that question, ever. I just say, don't suck. Alright, so Malfurion actually going for the scouting drones at level 1 is going to give us a little bit more vision, so we should be pretty safe down here. Looks like we're going to be going up against Murky and Karazim, which is going to be a bit of a problem. So in the early game, I'm only going to focus on last hitting. We're going to make sure that we get more health and more mana throughout the course of this game. Now that I think about it, this is going to become even more important if we are picking up Hardened Focus in the late game, because we are going to be using more mana because our cooldowns are going to be significantly shorter. So it is actually extremely important that we get this stacked up pretty high. So once again, just sending out the toads. We're going to try to make sure that our poison is on these minions when they die, so we get credit for the last hit. And other than that, we're just trying to survive, man. We're not going to be able to do too much versus these guys. Not going to be able to push them back too hard. We could just go in for auto attacks on Karazim in between our last hitting efforts. Make sure we don't walk into that gigantic explosion of the pufferfish. Alright, so it looks like Gazlo and Muradin are top versus a single Jaina. If you're ever in this situation where you have a squishy hero on your team like myself who's by themselves versus two people, probably a good idea to send one of these two down to me. But you know what, it's okay. I should be totally fine. We should be able to play conservatively enough that it's not that big of a deal. I do want to ping danger, know that now, wow, words. I do want to ping danger, though, now that Karazim is missing. He's making his way up top. We just need to let the friendly team know that. We are going to catch him in the wall and just casually hit him for some auto attack damage. Illidan coming down is going to help us. Will we be able to take him down? Here's one more spider throw, and that is going to be our first kill of the game. Karazim is taken down. Illidan engaged there. We could have taken him down, too. Not too sure where Murky is, but I'm just going to take this time to turn in my 12 butts that we have collected. And I think at this level range, we are going to go for additional spiders. Now, we're not going for leaping spiders later on, but we are going to be throwing spiders out quite a bit at a long, safe range. So having more spiders spawn seems like it's going to be a pretty good idea. And those spiders that we just spawned help secure that kill right there. Now, I could help get more kills for the enemy team, but honestly, I need to go back to this last hitting. It's extremely important. If they want to engage here, I'll let them. We could have thrown down a zombie wall there, and we would have been just fine. By the way, a good tip with the zombie wall is to use your Alt key modifier. So, as we're running away, We just hold down Alt and press W. That puts the zombie wall immediately under us, and in most situations, that's going to be more than enough for you to capture the person chasing you in your wall of zombies. If Kerrigan wants to keep trading with me, I'm actually okay with this. We're going to put the wall behind him, and now I think he's going to win, actually. I thought I had that for sure. I put the wall behind him so he couldn't move away. We need to be worried about Nova at this point. Come on, kill me. You got it. Come on. You know you can. Come on. Come at me, bro. Is Nova up top? No. We don't know where Nova is. I do actually need to be pretty careful. We'll just keep hitting him with the spiders and stuff. Keep that pressure on him. If he's going to engage right now, which he... Oh, no, there she is! Oh! Oh! I even knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Why did I do that? I got greedy. Dying in general in this game is not the best idea. You are giving the team more XP, obviously, but it's also taking time away that I could be gathering stacks to have higher health. Nova now in the middle is bugging our Malfurion. Illidan might be jumping in on him as well. But Muradin coming to Malfurion's assistance, they should be just fine. Looks like the enemy Illidan gonna die there. Karazim now missing, so I'm gonna ping Danger again as he is likely moving up to help his team. And at level, yeah, this is fine. Oh, reduces zombie wall cooldown. Fuck. Now we're gonna go with Gidbin. Reducing the zombie wall cooldown might allow us to actually keep someone permanently zombie walls. After level 16, that might be a thing we can do. But I feel like that's way too of a cheesy strat. And the enemy team has plenty of ways of getting out of zombie walls. Now that bottom's pushed, I'm just going to circle up to top to get these last hits. That's really my only concern right now. I know the team is doing important things and they're trying to turn in butts and stuff. I don't really care about that. I'm just making sure that I'm going to be able to survive versus this enemy team. Once the late game happens coming in here, immediately throw the spiders in on the lowest health minion and start getting last hits here as well. It's you know, it's not the most exciting life in the whole world, but it's a pretty good life. It's a pretty good life. You live to be very healthy and strong. I don't mind it one bit. The friendly team does gather enough butts to get the first spider objective out on the board. I do kind of want this regen orb. We're just going to let him swing punches at nothing. Hit him with the toads up close. Maybe catch him in a zombie wall here. The enemy Illidan now engaging. They might actually be able to take me down, but they are going to give up on that chase. We're just going to sippy cup and then join back in, helping this lane push. Muradin now here in the bottom lane is engaging on the enemy team. With our friendly Illidan as well, we'll be able to take down Karazim. Yes, we will. And now the enemy Illidan is going to be forced back. We should be able to do a ton of damage here. All of these towers are very low on ammunition, so these spiders are going to be pretty healthy by the time we get through it. But that being said, she did take a lot of damage, and her duration is not going to be much longer. Zombie walls intended just to keep Illidan stuck in this area, and I got both of them stuck in that area. I hit 2 Illadins with one wall. It's hard to do better than that. It is hard to do better than that. Murky walking around with 20 coins or 20 butts rather, is going to lose all of those. Definitely not the right thing for him to be doing, walking in on 4 people. And what do we have on the enemy team? We have 1 stun, and that's it. So let's go for Ravenous Spirit in this game. I'll show you guys the changes to that. I believe the area damage was improved by 20%, and I think the overall damage of the ability was increased as well, but I don't know if that one's actually true. It may just be area damage. Anybody want to maybe kill Karazim? Maybe? I don't know. Seems like a pretty good idea. Alright. That'll do. We used the Ravenous Spirit just to deal some extra single target damage to him. Was that the best usage of the ability? Absolutely not. But did it get the job done? You bet your ass it did. The enemy team did gather up enough butts to get the objective going for them now, which isn't too big of a deal. We should be able to contend with that just fine. Just fine. Illidan already being forced back by our Muradin again. Muradin has 20 butts, so he does need to make sure he doesn't die. It is pretty important that we get those in the bucket as soon as possible. Illidan now engaging is going to be thrown into the Gravitron Bomb. I tried to combo that with spiders, but I was a little too late, and we do miss out on that. Jaina now chasing me rather than going for the easy Muradin kill. I don't know how smart that is. She's circling around here again, I bet. Yeah, I'm gonna die. I was trying to do something fancy, but I was basically being slowed forever by the water elemental. Muradin did get out of there though, so the majority of our butts are still safe. But basically, Jaina sent down her water elemental, which was slowing me. I could have walked this way, but she was cutting me off, and the only other option was to go this way. I thought by going this way, she wouldn't follow me, but by taking that path, it actually got me killed. Looks like there's a team fight in the middle lane as the hunt goes out from the friendly Illidan, but that did not last long. He was pretty much just... He basically just got out of the spawn faster from what I could tell. I hope he does have the hunt and I wasn't just making that up. Yes, he does. So let's just go back to getting last hits. The only difference now is we're staying with the team while we're doing this. We know that the enemy Nova is nearby, although I do not know where. Just send some toads that way. If they want to engage on me here, they are more than welcome to, because I have the entirety of my team here ready to back me up. Now, Murky is down in the bottom lane. A pretty good zombie wall there is going to stop two members of the enemy team from moving in. And can we land the Ravenous Spirit to take down Illidan? Yes, we can. The Ravenous Spirit now making its way to middle. It's going to deal some damage to them. Right now, I did have Karazim hitting me in the back while all of that was going on. Another zombie wall going down in the middle of the walkway is going to stop the monk from retreating, and that's going to be another kill for the home team. Great job from our Malfurion keeping me alive while I was sitting there completely crowd controlling myself by using that spirit. While this was going on, Murky did manage to push the bottom lane into the fort, so picking up some ground for his team there. So we are going to go Things of the Deep increases the range of your basic abilities by 25%. So we can wall from a pretty good distance now. We can throw spiders from a pretty good distance now. And we should be able to stay away from targets like Jaina, who are relentlessly good at killing us, ridiculously good at killing us. And it should allow us to, you know, drain ammunition from this fort and deal damage to the fort from a much longer distance. So it sounds pretty good to me. I don't think there's going to be too many drawbacks to that talent. The other option at that level range would be Ice Block. So you could even do this in a normal Leaping Spider build. Gazlo is going to die, unfortunately. Oh my god, look at the range of these toads, though. The range of these toads, though. The zombie wall going out once again, blocking Karazim in, and we are going to pick up that kill. And now, once again, pushing into the enemy team's defenses. Murky still split pushing bot, though. Do I go back to defend that, or do I keep... I probably keep pushing because we have an objective with us. And Murky has nothing. It's going to take Murky a long time to get anything done. Alright, moving back a little bit. We want to be out of Jaina's range at all times. Let's go ahead and zombie wall her, because that's funny to me. It was a little off, though. And we do need to be careful, because the enemy team has all respawned and are likely heading back over to kill us now. Murky was dealt with by Gazlo and Malfurion by the looks of things, so we are once again fine. And I've stacked Death Ritual up to almost 100. It's sitting at 96 right now, which is giving us another 500 HP. I'm dead to our maximum health. The hunt coming out, coupled with Murky and Nova dealing a lot of damage to me. Simply, I was caught out without my team, and that's what happens. That's what happens. Pretty much to be expected these days. That is a crazy strong combo, though, the Illidan Nova. That's one of the comps where Nova actually does shine quite a bit, if she's in the right position. Because Illidan can basically engage from I would say if I was right here, Illidan could have engaged from anywhere that we're looking right now. So that's a really, really long distance, and it basically stuns me in one spot and allows Nova to deal all of her burst damage. We do take down the enemy team's monk yet again, and I am going to be rejoining my team in the middle lane. Of course, he does need vision to hunt onto us, so like taking this path here, we're totally safe, unless Nova is here as well. Which is another reason that the Nova and the Illidan hunt is so strong. Alright, just gonna send out toads, send out spiders from absolute safety, and let's just go ahead and use... No, let's not use the spirit. I don't think there's much of a reason to. We'll just get that structure down. We are going to be picking up Hardened Focus at this level range, which cuts our cooldowns in half. They come back 50% faster as long as we remain at high health, which basically means, here we go, Spirit on the Illidan that's stunned is going to take him down and take down the Murky as well, who decided to octo grab our Muradin. Now Nova is over here. She did hit me from over there. I think 80% health is what we have to be higher than to benefit from Hardened Focus. But as you can see, our cooldowns are going down extremely fast, which is going to allow us to pump out more damage onto the field, significantly more damage. Illidan caught in a 7-sided strike, but the team doing the right thing is moving in to help him. And now the zombie wall is once again going to capture Karazim and keep him in one place. Now, pushing in on the enemy team's tier 2 structures, and we should be relatively safe in doing so. The team calling for a fallback for some reason. I don't really understand why. We had every advantage there to keep pushing, numbers and everything, but whatever. Ain't no thing. Just because I don't think it's the right thing to do doesn't mean that I should abandon my team when they want to do it, because you're always stronger with your team. Of course, the enemy team is going to know that we're up here because Gazlo and I are sitting in the lane farming it. But that also means that they have to get through us to get to our team that's doing the boss. And Muradin and Illidan can actually just solo this thing all day if they really wanted to. Gazlo did go for the Gravitron Bomb, which means he's more of a team fight focused Gazlo, so he is going to be able to help on the boss, but he isn't like able to solo it or anything. And I'm just going to keep throwing stuff out to ward off the enemy team that may be encroaching on us. Looks like they're actually turning in spider butts right now, but they're taking their sweet time. We do grab up that boss, which is now pushing the top lane. We do find the enemy Nova, and once again, the hunt coming out on me. I didn't learn my lesson the first time, and we are going to be taken down. Illidan, however, decided to jump right in on that and then immediately disengage. So, the boss will probably not kill this defense without the help of our friendly team, as everyone on the enemy team is here dealing with it. But here we go. Muradin coming in, Illidan right behind him, as well as Malfurion, and they are going to start to chip away at these structures. The boss is going to live just long enough to get this down. He's not going to do any real core damage, but meanwhile, down in the bot lane, we do have Karazim and Murky pushing in pretty aggressively. So what do I think of this build compared to Leaping Spiders? You're a lot safer as far as range goes with this build. Oh, that 7-sided strike doing a lot of guaranteed damage to our Gazlo. I'll let him know that I'm moving in down here. 7-sided strike, probably not the ultimate that this guy should have gotten when his team only has one support, but you know what? That's his life choice, and that's what he picked. Illidan coming in with the hunt is going to... Here we go. We'll use the Spirit. We'll just make sure these guys are taken down. I need to use the Spirit more anyway. I believe he also got a movement speed increase. I'm not too sure on that. Basically, that used to be the number1 go-to ultimate, like, in the game for team fighting. You could decimate an entire team in mere seconds with the Ravenous Spirit before. Blizzard decided that they wanted to nerf it into the ground, which was at the time completely reasonable. Like, everyone got it. It made sense. But now they're bringing it back a little bit, and I can't quite tell how strong I think it is. We are being flanked by the enemy team here. Murky going in on me. He will be able to kill me. Make no mistake of that. So we've actually been zoned out of this fight here. Our Illidan walking directly into the enemy team's Karazim. I saw him on the map, so that shouldn't have been too much of a surprise. All right, the enemy Nova is caught in the... No, she got out of it. She got out of it. I thought I was going to catch her in the wall and kill her, but her triple tap actually killed the target before the duration was done, so she hopped out of her ultimate a little faster than she normally would have. So the enemy team actually making up for a lot of lost time here. This is a pretty good push on their part. They're doing a lot of damage with it, and we could just keep throwing these spiders out. Now, the 6 spiders, we could throw them out a lot more, right? We could throw them out a lot more, but they definitely do not deal as much damage as the leaping spiders do. So we're basically saying we want quantity over quality. Here we go, zombie wall coming out, vengeful spirit going out, and that is a double kill on the enemy team thanks to that gravel bomb from the friendly Gazlo. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about that you used to see all the time with that stupid ability, and I hated it. But I'm happy that I can now do it. Increase range and speed of Annihilating Spirit, of the Ravenous Spirit, of the Vengeful Spirit, of whatever else I've called it in today's video. Yeah, we're going to increase the range on that. Basically, we're trying to do everything from a sniper spot. We're trying to be as far away from the battle as we can, but still be effective. And for the most part, I would say we're doing that fairly well with this talent setup. Like I said, though, your spiders, you can throw out more of them, but they're not going to be anywhere near as effective as a leaping spider would be. They're basically just swarming the enemy rather than assassinating the enemy, you know what I mean? But hey, we're doing all right. We have 100 and, let's say, 50 stacks. We're going to round up a little bit, which increases our health by 750. So we're becoming quite tanky as we enter the late game. And yeah, it looks like we have numbers advantage here, so there's no reason for us not to be pushing. I'm going to ping that I'm on my way to middle lane. Looks like Muradin wants to take over this mercenary camp. I think we'd be better off just going like straight for a structure right now. Like we could easily tank that and get that moving in the right spot. But once again, if the team wants to do this, we're going to stay with the team and do what the team wants. The Annihilating Spirit going out on the enemy Jaina as... I think this is a decoy. No, it's not a fucking decoy. We're going to get a kill on Nova too. Yeah, buddy! Spirit paying for himself right now. That was a great hunt by Illidan, which allowed me to just sit there and cast my Spirit right on top of the enemy teams. I don't even remember who that was. Was it Jaina? And then we took out Nova mere moments later. All right, so we're going to be able to push in here completely uncontested, get these structures down. Really, we could do some meaningful core damage right here too, or the other option would be to rotate on down here to the bottom lane and get this moving in the right direction as well. Once again, Muradin is going to be able to tank this until the end of time. We're not really worried about that, but at the same time, we could be doing core damage here, which probably is more meaningful. Looks like the enemy team's starting to respawn. Karazhan hopping in a little bit over his head there. We're just going to keep assaulting this structure with spiders for as long as we can, but of course spiders are programmed to go after hero targets as opposed to structures. The hunt coming out from our friendly Illidan. We are going to catch Murky and take him out of the fight. I'm just going to keep spawning in the zombie wall by the turret, make sure it's not attacking our friendly targets, and keep throwing out spiders every time they are off cooldown. We have 12 seconds until the Annihilating Spirit is ready. Murky walking in is going to miss the wombo combo on me, and right when we get out of here, 3 seconds to go, we will have the Annihilating Spirit. Once again, zombie walls going down by the structure because they keep hitting my team, and we don't want that. The structure keeps like beating the shit out of my team in the middle of this. It's a pretty big deal if your team is getting hit by a fort because it's lowering your movement speed and it's lowering your attack speed as well. And when you have heroes on your team like Illidan and Muradin who rely on that attack speed so much, it's a pretty big deal. We're going to call out the Ravenous Spirit. It's going to be dealing damage to the enemy team's core, and once again we're going to go with the same strategy of just spawning in the zombie wall because the zombies have minion target priority, which is higher than hero target priority, and we are going to win the game with that push. So overall, our damage was pretty respectable. I definitely think that Leaping Spiders, once again, okay, I got a new Skype notification. Thank you for staying on D&D Skype. I appreciate that. That was a good game. We could have done more damage with Leaping Spiders once again for sure. I could say that with almost full certainty. We were able to, again, throw out more spiders, but those spiders were not dealing as much meaningful damage as they could have just because they're so slow. But the build, Death Ritual, level 1, so we can become tanky. Then we have Spider Cluster, so we spawn more spiders. Gidbin, because it's the best talent, in the tier for just increasing your overall damage output. Ravenous Spirit, Things of the Deep to increase our cast range of our basic abilities. Hardened Focus to lower our basic ability cooldowns. I did notice a substantial decrease in our cooldowns, but again, it's not really meaningful damage that you're doing. You're just kind of overwhelming the enemy team with stuff that you're throwing at them. And then the upgrade to Annihilating Spirit just makes your ultimate better in just about every way that it could be. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I have one more build that I want to try, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. But I think this one I just used was a close second to the spider build. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you all next time.